This is now at like 5 in the morning on the side of the road, Khao San Road. My friend is still in the bar. He thinks I went home. So the girls turn to me and they go, we're going to my friend's hometown today. Do you want to go? It's 3 hours away from Bangkok. And I was like, when are you going? They said, right now. Now.
What?
Like, we just left the bar. We're just drinking, sweating, like whatever. Just ate. It's 5 in the morning. What do you mean right now? And I just thought about it and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go. They were like, are you crazy? I mean, aren't you afraid we're gonna murder you and cut up your body and sell it to the Chinese? What is up, guys, and welcome back to the One Night in Bangkok podcast. If you guys are new here, my name is Eric. I'm all the way from Boston in the USA. I'm here with my favorite Bangkok podcast girl, Ern, and we're bringing you some of the best stories and people and places from right here in Bangkok, Thailand. If you're coming to Thailand soon, if you're new to the channel, if you want to move here to this amazing country, hit the subscribe button. We've got so many cool people and stories and possibly events coming up, and we don't want you to miss anything. Also, check us out on Apple and Spotify podcasts for the audio only version. We have a clips channel that I recently restarted, so I'm posting clips every single day there from throughout all of the episodes. There's probably a lot of guests and topics and things that you missed, especially if you're newer to the channel. So go subscribe to the clips channel down below. Go subscribe right now. Lastly, if you want to support the channel, if you appreciate all that we're doing here and you want us to bring more stories like the one I'm going to tell tonight, go down in the comments below and buy us a coffee. We really appreciate it, especially after some of these filming sessions. We like to go out and have a drink, so buy us a drink down below. Tonight, I am just here with Ern, and I am bringing you a story tonight. And if you guys are here for Ern mainly, then this probably isn't going to be the episode for you. But if you want to hear a real story from my life that just happened, that involves Bangkok nightlife, a little bit of dating in Thailand, Thai culture, and a little bit of adventure, then this is the episode for you. So Ern has no idea what's with this story. I think she might be a little confused because she was following me on Instagram and maybe saw me post something. Yeah. But I told her I would tell her the whole story now. So let's jump into it.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I don't know when this episode is going to post. It's probably going to be a few weeks from now when we're actually filming it. So keep that in mind. But the other night, we filmed 2 episodes here, and then we did a live stream for like an hour or an hour and a half. And afterwards, it was like 11:30.
Yeah.
And we were thinking like, oh, should we go get food after? And I was too tired. I was like, I'm just going to get ready and go to sleep early. Well, guess what, Ern? I didn't go to sleep early.
So what you did after that?
So here's what happened. So I was getting into the shower and my friend Danny messaged me. Danny lives in the room right below me. So it's kind of convenient a lot of times if we want to go out. So he messages me like, what are you doing? Oh, let's go out. And I was thinking, I really shouldn't. I should go to bed early. Tomorrow is Monday. I should wake up and be responsible.
Okay.
But then I was like, you know what? I've been working all week. I can go out for a few hours and come back. What's the worst that could happen? Right? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, so what happened?
So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I asked Danny, where do you want to go? And we decide on Khao San Road. Now, I don't...
I'm went to Khao San Road?
I'm not a Khao San Road guy, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't seem to like it.
Danny, and the reason it's not really for me is because it's really hot and sweaty and the music is just blasting from every different place. And, before COVID, I feel like there were actually more tourists there. I feel like since COVID, there's a larger percentage of Thai people. So that's actually something interesting. If you're coming to Bangkok, I actually find that there are a lot of Thai people that like to go to Khao San Road and party. Do you go there at all or?
Not at all.
No.
No.
Why don't you like it?
Well, it's just like the crowd is not what I like.
What's the crowd?
I mean, of course, I'm Thai. I don't want to party with too many Thai. you know.
So your problem is there's too many Thais at Khao San Road.
Not really, and also like I don't like to sit outside, you know, in the bar. And the only place I go is just only the club Khao San. And you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, the vibe is not really the same vibes when I went to like Sukhumvit area.
Yeah, it's
more of like tourists, like backpackers, you know. It not in a bad way, but it just like, you know, sometimes the smells and you know, they walk outside and then they came inside. Sometimes it's just like eat for me. But yeah,
especially this
it's
time
like
of year.
They're not prepare themselves to party. They're just like out of the plane and then just get in. So yeah, not my thing.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Am I gonna get hates coming after this?
So, but for me, it's also far from where I live. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a commitment to go there. But whatever, we decided we're going to try that. So Danny and I went off to Khao San Road. So we stopped at a few places, like got a drink here, went to this place, and it was actually not that busy. I mean, it was a Sunday night in May. So I don't know what I was expecting.
Low season, rainy.
We got there around probably 1. And we hopped around a few places. I'll put some videos in here maybe. Eventually, we ended up at the Bucket Bar. Mm-hmm. Do you know the Bucket Bar?
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot about the Bucket, but I don't think I've ever actually been. But I hear it's very popular, especially like late night. And so we went into the Bucket Bar, and we were kind of early. I think we got in there before 2. I'm not sure, which is kind of early for that place, I think. And let me describe this place if you haven't been there. So I don't know that I would consider it a club, but it's kind of like halfway between a bar and a club. It's got rows and rows of tables, like where people, I don't even know if you can buy bottles in there. I guess you can. I don't even remember, to be honest with you, but there's a walk-up bar. A lot of people are doing balloons in there. Do you do balloons?
I don't do at all.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I'm
scared, you know. I just heard what they felt after they did it, so I'm kind of scared. Like, how can you put something? I don't know. Like, is it that safe to?
I can barely operate with the brain cells I have now. I don't need to kill any more brain cells. So, but a lot of people are doing it there. Like, very popular, and the place is just kind of crazy. Like as they rip through if you guys have never seen this in Thailand, they have latex balloons filled with, what is it? Nitrous oxide, some laughing gas, whatever.
Yeah, I have no idea.
People have done this for ages, but for whatever reason, it's really popular here in Thailand, especially in Khao San Road. And they rip through those cartridges. Like they have boxes and boxes, and when they go through them, they like just discard them on the floor, basically. Just throw all the stuff on the floor. So I feel bad for whoever the cleaning crew is the next day, because by the end of the night, the floor is just covered in all kinds of stuff. So I'm there with Danny, and we're just kind of hanging out. We're not talking to anybody. We're just kind of minding our own business. And eventually, I see a girl walk in that caught my eye.
Oh.
And she didn't just catch my eye, because it's kind of one of those moments where I think everybody turned and looked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this girl came in with her friend, right? And I think I even did that thing, like tap my, you do that too, right? You see a guy walk in, you do the tap to your friend.
Of course.
Yeah. So this girl and her friend come in, and immediately guys are swarming her. I think in the time we were there, probably like 20 guys approached her.
Like how?
Like one after another. They come up to her. They try to, flirt with her, whatever.
You mean a group of them, right?
No, like one guy at a time. Like like she couldn't walk 3 meters. Some guy is trying to talk to her. So I'm looking at this thinking like, okay.
Observe.
Yeah.
Again.
And then I did notice she was with this, she seemed to know some guy in there. And I'm kind of filling in some blanks here. I don't know if he just met her that night, or maybe she knew him from something before. He looked like a tourist to me. Usually I can kind of tell just by the way people dress and also how they act. And, I didn't want to be mean, but this guy that was kind of hanging around her, I don't know that they were a match. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I think this is probably the most beautiful girl he's ever talked to. So he was kind of floating around. So I'm kind of sussing out the situation, thinking like, okay, what's going to happen here? So I actually also noticed it's the weirdest mix of people at this bar. It's like all different kinds of people. Thai people, foreigners, backpackers, people dressed more nicely. It's like if you took a cross section of every young person in Bangkok and put them in one place. To be honest, I don't think it's my place, but I can see why a lot of people would like this bar. If you went there, Ern, I think you'd be in a lot of trouble. I think a lot of guys would be coming to talk to you.
Really?
I think you would need armed security. Yeah.
Who's gonna be the security?
So me and my friend are just kind of chilling, and I see this girl. I'm kind of keeping an eye on her. I see her like walking on the other side of the room, and she walks by this really tall, good-looking guy, European guy, and he looks like he could be a professional athlete. Like he's probably 190 centimeters, 195 centimeters, really good shape, maybe a model, something like that.
Yeah.
And so he came up and said hi to her and hugged her like he knew her. Like it was obvious that he knew her from somewhere before. So meanwhile, she went to the bathroom or something like that. So she comes out of the bathroom and she walks back to the other side, and he kind of follows. And I can't hear what they're saying, but it's something like, oh, I'm going to get you a drink. So he goes to the bar to get them a drink. While he's at the bar getting them a drink, the first guy, the tourist looking guy, comes back to the girls. So now the tourist guy is there while the model looking guy is getting the drinks. So then I'm like tapping my friend. I'm like, oh, this is going to be funny. So the tall guy comes back with the drinks, and then it's kind of like this awkward thing where now the two girls are there. The two guys are looking at each other like, what are you doing, bro? Like that kind of thing. But it didn't get aggressive or anything. I don't know. These two guys may have met each other before. I could just kind of tell from their interaction. They were very cordial. And basically, for the next hour, these two guys, the tourist-looking guy and the tall model-looking guy, were kind of like both trying to get this one girl's attention, on top of every other guy in the bar also trying to shoot their shot with this girl. It was, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. Like the girl was almost getting pulled in two different directions. So once this other guy got involved, I was like, oh yeah, forget it. Like I'm not getting involved in that. So the night went on, and I'm kind of watching them over in the corner, and eventually I see the girls are leaving. So I tap my friend. I'm like, should I? Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before this happened, before they left, the two girls happened to be walking by me to the other side of the room, and I kind of stopped them, and I was like, "What? You got some guy drama?" And I wasn't sure if she didn't speak English or she didn't understand what I was saying. Mm-hmm. So I tried to speak in Thai. I tried to say like, Kun mi fan song chai mai. Does that make sense?
Me fan. What?
Kun mi fan song kon chai mai.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm trying to say like you have two boyfriends, joking, but also I forget in Thailand, Thai language is not like easy to joke.
So
like,
what's her react?
No, she understood. And she's like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. They're just my friend. I don't have a boyfriend. She was adamant that she didn't have a boyfriend. Remember that. So anyway, she goes back, and then a few minutes later, they leave. In fact, the friend, I was trying to talk to her. The friend was pulling her away. And then a few minutes later, they left the bar. So I turned to my friend. I'm like, should I go for it? Like, now's my chance. Because the two guys are stuck in the bar. Like, they've been trying for like hours now on this girl, and they got nowhere. And so she left, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for it. So I went outside. I tried to follow them outside. But by the time I got outside, they were already gone. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, at least I tried. So I was checking my phone or something, and then I look up, and the two girls are coming back down the street. It's like they walked one way, and then they turned around, and they're coming back the other way. So I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Your chance. Your second chance.
Yeah. By the way, do you know, like, guys, this is how we, this is what we're thinking, because you see it from your point of view.
Like what?
Like, I don't know.
Like how? Like you?
Like, I had seen her, when I saw her come in, I immediately knew, okay, like, she's my type. I don't want to say.
You mean girls gonna like feel that someone?
Well, I think girls a lot of times know when the guy is trying to come talk to you.
Of course.
Because you probably see a lot when some guy comes.
Just like a little.
Yeah.
As like, this sign, and then we knew immediately.
You probably.
But we just wait.
Yeah.
Who's gonna go first and just see who's gonna click, and then.
So you probably have the situation a lot where someone comes and kind of stands near you, but they're not talking to you.
Yeah,
they're just kind of lurking. Yeah, that's the worst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think girls have like a sense for that. Don't like that. So, but I thought they were gone for the night, but they happened to be walking the other way. So I called them over, and I don't remember exactly what the conversation was or what I said, but I think I was just like, hey, I think I might have even told her, I'm like, hey, you're my type. Let's talk. Something like that. Because every other guy I noticed was trying to do some goofy shit in front of her.
So you're not
like,
goofy?
I was like, no.
Really?
We're not doing that. And so, but at this point, she had already been approached like 500 times.
Yeah, so how you approach her?
So I was just like, you know what? I'll just try to get her contact, and then her probably won't go anywhere. So she gave me her Instagram, and then that was it. She's like, oh, we're going to eat, bye. And she left. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go back in the bar. So I'm inside with Danny. Now, everybody in this bar is messed up now. They're drunk, they're high, they're like, I'm sober because,
of course,
I'm boring.
Yeah.
So.
And you should sleep early, not too late.
I'm supposed to be home like a long time ago. Now it's like 4:30 a.m. or something. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, 10 minutes goes by, and I'm like, all right, Danny, like, you know what? I'm going to head home because, I just had enough. Plus, I don't want to talk to anybody in this bar. That was the only person I want to talk to, and she's gone.
Okay.
So I leave the bar, and I start walking to the end of the street where the taxis are. And as I get close to the end of the street, I see her and her friend at one of the food stalls eating, like on the side on the road. So I'm like, and she looks up from her bowl of whatever and sees me and makes a face like, oh shit, it's the guy. Like, he sees us. So I'm like, oh, I'm not even a question. I'm going right in there. So I walked over and I just pulled up a stool and I just ordered food. And then we just talk. We just talk about whatever. Like,
just you or?
So it was just me and then the girl. And I'll call the girl, I'll call her Grace. And I'll call her friend Fifi. Okay. So we're just eating.
Grace, if you're watching.
No, oh yeah. And I don't think she's going to watch this, but
maybe
if she does,
maybe I can find who is that girl.
So, so we're just eating and we're just talking a little bit and just about like whatever, like where you're from, nothing. Because here's the thing. I'm very aware that she was just, getting hit on relentlessly by a million dudes that want to sleep with her. And I'm not saying I don't think she's beautiful, but sometimes it's just nice to like chill and just talk and whatever. So I'm just talking about like any boring topic, nothing special. And I noticed though, while we're talking, her phone is just lighting up like nonstop. And I assumed it was one of the two guys in the bar because they were like real thirsty for her. And sure enough, I look up and I see the tall, handsome European guy walking down the street. And he's on his phone, probably texting her. And he looks up and he sees us, he sees me.
Yeah.
And he stops and he turns around and walks the other way.
Oh, I thought he gonna come over.
Now I'm like actually getting a little nervous because if I just spent my whole night trying to hit on this girl and she left without me, and then she's sitting with some random dude, I'd be pretty annoyed. And plus, this guy was huge. And, you know, normally I'm not so worried about this thing, but I figured he's drunk. And just by his attitude, I felt like he might be a little hostile. So I'm thinking like, all right, what's going to happen here? So a few minutes later, he comes walking back down the street. And he comes over and it completely ignores me. Like I'm not even there. And he's just like trying to talk to her. And she was polite to him, but she was like, oh, I'm just eating. I have to go home. Like I'm gonna have to get up early. Something like that. Basically just telling him like, you know, leave me alone. So 2 or 3 minutes goes by. He leaves. She turns to me. She's like, oh, you know, he's handsome, but he just wants to sleep with me. He's so weird. That's what she said. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool. So we continued eating and whatever for a while. And, you know, we're starting to wrap up. So I tell the food guy, like, give me the bill. And I even asked her, I'm like, hey, you want to get anything else? Like, you can take it home. And I think she was surprised, like, I was going to pay for them. Like, why am I going to pay for them? I don't know if you've been in this situation, but do you ever feel like guy is doing something nice for you because he wants something? And you feel weird about accepting?
Well, I mean, it's a little weird that like, you know, if you're not that, for example, if it's, okay, a guy and then not trying to flirt on me, just talk and then get some food together. Like, why do you have to pay for that? Like,
well, what do you mean not trying to flirt on me?
Like, I mean, if you're trying to flirt on the girls and then we feel that, okay, you want to do something, you want to pay for this, and then, okay, we might accept that.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, like, when they offer something like that, do you think they're thinking like, okay, like I want her to come with me?
I think.
Or do you think he can just do something nice without expecting anything?
I think he expects something, maybe like, you know, just keep the contact and then just talk later after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not like in the way that like, you know, buy the street food and then expect to sleep with.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
think
thinking.
so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's just about like keep the contact and be friends or be something in the future.
So that was my thinking.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you know what, whatever, I met them, buy them some food and maybe we'll talk another time. That was my thinking.
Yeah. I think it's cool. It's okay.
So I pay and they're like, oh no, you don't have to do that. And then there was some discussion between the two girls. And then they turned to me and they're like, this is now at like 5 a.m, by the way, on the side of the road, Khao San Road. My friend is still in the bar. He thinks I went home. So the girls turn to me and they go, what time do you have to go to work today? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, do you have to wake up for work or? And I was like, well, no, I have a business. I can work whenever. And they were like, well, we're going to my friend's hometown today. Do you want to go? And I was like, where's your friend's hometown? And they showed me on the map. I'm not going to say where, but it's 3 hours away from Bangkok. And the girl's like, the friend, Fifi, is like, oh, I just really miss my family. I just want to go see them, whatever. Which I thought was interesting. And she's like, but I have to come back for work in Bangkok tonight. So we're just going to go for the day and come back. And I was like, when are you going? And they said, right now. I'm like, right now?
What?
Like, we just left the bar.
Right now?
And we're just drinking, sweating, like whatever. Just ate. It's 5 a.m. What do you mean right now? She's like, she said like, oh, we already arranged for a taxi. It's all set. You don't have to pay for anything. And I just thought about it and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go. And then the girls paused and they're like, this is what they said. They were like, are you crazy? I mean, aren't you afraid we're going to murder you and cut up your body and sell it to the Chinese? That's what they said. And I was like, well, some days, you know, you just need a little craziness in your life. So I was like, yeah, let's go. But I was like, I got to stop at my condo first because I wanted to get my bag with my computer and some things. So like, all right. So we go to a taxi. We go from Khao San Road to my condo. They're like, how much time do you need? Because I guess they arranged for this other taxi, and they were already late. I was like 10 minutes. They're like, okay. So I go upstairs and I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to take a shower, because you know what it's like partying on Khao San Road.
Yeah, but like 10 minutes.
Okay. I was in and out, shower, change, bag in 13 minutes. And when I came down, I actually thought there was a 50% chance they were just going to leave. But when I went down again, they were still there. And I get in the car and they look at me and they said, did you take a shower? And I was like, yeah, like obviously.
Yeah.
And they started laughing. And they said some word which I thought was funny that I can't remember. But they were saying, like, pointing to me saying clean and then pointing to them saying dirty. How would you say dirty?
Sokapok.
That's the word they said. Yeah.
And clean sa'at.
Yeah. That's what they were saying.
You are always sa'at.
And then they were laughing with the taxi driver. The taxi driver's laughing. Everybody's laughing at the clean farang. So we go to Dindang, which is where their apartment is. And I wait outside while they go in. And this is where the taxi that they booked met us. And so while they're inside, I'm talking to bad guy Mark on the phone. And I'm like, because he's actually just waking up now. He's in Vietnam, but he was just waking up. This is at like 7 a.m. now. And I'm like, yo, like, I just met these people on Khao San Road and they're telling me like to come with them. Is this a bad idea? Like, I don't know. But next thing you know, we're on the road off to outside of Bangkok, and I fell asleep, so I hadn't slept all night. And when I woke up, we're like out in like near the mountains and wherever, and I'm thinking like, what is happening? So I had to look on Google Maps like where we are, because they gave me so little info. Actually, like looking back, I was really stupid. I honestly, it was probably more likely I ended up in one of those like what do you call them? Those like call scam centers in Myanmar.
Yeah.
You know how like they abduct people?
Yeah.
Like this could for sure be like something like that. But yeah, we and the taxi driver also, he's pretty young. He's not like an old guy. He's probably like mid to late 20s or early 30s. And it was an actual Bangkok taxi, but I felt like there's some kind of relationship here. Like they know him somehow. And I never got the full story, but I think he's some kind of like family friend or something like that. There was something relationship. So 3 hours later, we are in some place, I don't know, and they stop at this temple. And nobody is explaining anything to me. Like 95% of the conversation is in Thai, which I'm struggling to keep up with. If you want to get better at Thai, guys.
So how many girls in there?
So it's the taxi driver in the front.
Yeah.
And then me, Grace and Fifi. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to get better at Thai, this is the kind of situation you want to be in, because you don't have a choice. Like you have to just deal with it, because their English was not great. So we stop at this temple. I don't know why we're stopping here. I don't know if I don't know if we're meeting someone else or what. And I guess they wanted to make merit or something. There seemed to be some reason they stopped at this specific temple. I don't know why. And I even asked the friend about it, and she said like, oh, this temple is like a monument from some war with Cambodia or something like that. I don't know. And we went into the temple, and like, you know how you put in some money? There's like a donation box. You put in some money, and they've got like a flower and a candle.
Yeah.
And what do? You light the candle, and then you
light the candle, you like, yeah, everything. And then just pray, and then just put in, and then flowers. But
one thing that confused me is, I'm not sure this was a Buddhist place.
Why?
I have to go back and look at the photo, because I feel like the statue inside the temple was not a Buddha statue. So now that I think about it. But we go into this, we light the candle, we do the whole thing. Oh yeah, and the taxi driver is with us. So now I'm even more confused. Like, it's me, the two girls,
they're friends,
and the taxi driver. And I'm like, this is so weird. We're in the temple. There's no one else around. We're in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, in the temple, they have like, they were praying, and I'm trying to be respectful. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm kind of just hanging out in the background. They're doing some prayer, and then they take like a cup, and it's got these sticks in it.
Yes.
And I've seen this before, but I didn't really know what it was. And then it's just like you shake the cup, and you're trying to get like one stick to come out of all the
and look at
sticks.
the number.
Yeah, and they're numbered.
Yeah.
And what was happening was they were shaking it, but all the sticks were coming out.
Yeah.
So they had to keep resetting it
and do it
many
again.
times. Is that
Yes.
normal or?
It's normal. I think it's everywhere in the Thai temple. Yes, that's what my grandmom likes to do.
Is that a Buddhist thing or something else?
I'm not sure that it's like real Buddhist thing or not, but it's everywhere in Thai temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you got one stick, and then you get the numbers, and then you take that paper, which is it's like gonna read about like what's gonna happen.
It's
in
like
the
a fortune.
Future, your health, your love, your work, and everything. But I don't like to do that because I told my grandmom that I'm gonna be, stressed about this. If I knew what's gonna happen in the future, I don't want to read anything about that. I want to be in the present, focus on myself, and that's all.
So they did it, and then they gave it to me to do, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they're
So
having
you
a
do
hard
it?
time explaining it. I didn't understand that you're only trying to get one thing out.
Yeah.
But eventually I did it. And they took it so seriously.
Yeah.
The girl wrote down the number, and I don't know what this is for. So then we go outside, and they've got like a shelf that has all the numbers, and it's like a paper you take.
Yes.
And she took her paper, this girl Grace, and basically about like relationship stuff, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like everything in there was so negative, and I'm thinking like, oh great, because she's taking it so seriously. And then they go to find mine, and the slot for mine, it didn't have any papers, which I thought was interesting, because what are the chances the foreigner, the number I choose is the one that doesn't have anything? So
did you do it again?
no.
No.
And it was, by the way, it was
I'm sure you're not gonna do it again.
It was so hot. It felt way hotter than Bangkok. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And
Try to say this word. Siang, CMC.
Siang, CMC.
Yeah, that's what you did.
That's the thing?
It's called Siang,
Okay.
CMC. Siang,
Okay.
it's mean like take a risk.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we get back in the car, and again, I'm not asking any questions. They're not telling me anything. And then we end up going to a Lotus, or Lotuses, I guess is what it's called now.
Mm-hmm.
And very interesting going to a place like that in a small town in Thailand. Just seeing the types of people around, like what Thai people are like, not in a tourist area. I felt like people were looking at me. Not in a bad way, but just kind of curious, like, oh, what's this guy doing here?
What you doing
Because
here?
the entire time we're on this trip, the entire time, I did not see one foreigner. I was the only one. So we get lunch at this Lotus, and like I offered to pay for the lunch because I felt, just the nice thing to do, because
Yeah,
they invited me
you.
and they didn't even want to let me pay. And the reason I'm pointing out some of these details is because many people will leave comments like, oh, they just, Thai women just want your money. They just want to do this or that. And my experience on this trip and in previous interactions there's so many good, warm, incredible Thai people.
Yeah. Sometimes you see like, yeah, you're a nice guy. You seem to be a nice guy. Then why not?
Yeah. So, and I think they thought it was weird, a little weird, because we ordered the food. It was like very cheap, like Lotus food, it was like 50, 60 baht each. But when the food was ready, like for the taxi driver, I went and got the food for him and brought it to him. And I don't know if they thought that was strange, because like sometimes in Thai society, I feel like people think, oh, maybe this person is above this person in status. Like maybe there's some hierarchy or something. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I just wanted to show like, we're all together here. So,
No, maybe they're just thinking like you're not that friends that you have to do that for them, like a close friend.
Well, we're all friends on this trip.
Yeah.
Even though I met them like a few hours before. So we're going to leave Lotus, but I tell the girl Fifi, I'm like, hey, we're going to your parents' house. I feel like I have to bring something. Like, I don't want to just show up. So they're like, no, it's okay. I'm like I really insist. So she helped me pick out some like boxed cake thing. Like what's that fruit or whatever? Pandan, what is that? It's like green.
Bai tơi, pandan?
Yeah, that. Some kind
pandan
of
cake?
Yeah, that.
Cake bai tơi.
I don't know. She said, oh, my mom would like this. I was like, okay. So I got that. So then we head over to their house. So I would describe their house, their neighborhood, as being what I would imagine to be like a middle class Thai neighborhood. It was a small house, but it had like a nice outdoor area. A lot of Thai houses are built in a way where it's almost designed that you spend as much time outside as inside. Would you agree with that? Like, yeah. Like the living space. And when we showed up, it's like the whole family was there. And I'm like, what's going on? And they tell me like, oh, there's some kind of monk ceremony. So there were monks there. Like when you buy a house or build a house.
Oh, of course.
You explain what you do with the monks.
Well, they need to come. Look, we will invite them to our house just to pray for like, a start of a new house and new things, bring good luck. And also we prepare the meal for them, all of them. And also like the way that they kind of make the ceremony for us, we have a little, money to pay for them as well as we are inviting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right when we arrived, first of all, like this girl's whole Thai family is there. And they didn't seem to be that like surprised. I don't know. I thought maybe they would have like a weird reaction, like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
But right when I showed up is when the monks started doing some kind of ceremony thing, which by the way, I asked, it wasn't a new house. So I don't know why they were doing this. I don't know what the reason was. But the monks started doing this, like they're chanting, and then the monk comes out with like a I don't know what you call it, like a wooden stick. And he like throws the water.
Yes.
And everybody, as soon as the monks start doing their thing, everybody is like, very proper. And I'm like, oh, like I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah, they believe that it's bringing you good luck.
And so the monk comes by and throws the water, and then what do you do? You do the why?
Yeah, the why. Yeah, so like to be ready to get all the good luck.
Yeah, so like I'm like looking around like this, like just trying to.
I really love it. So every time when the monks do that, I'm just like, on me a lot, please, the water. So that water is called Nam Mon.
Oh, it's like special water.
Special water. Nam Mon is like, magic. So it's like they will pray something, I don't know what that means, but it's like all for the good luck.
Oh, I need good luck.
Yeah.
I need it.
So maybe you got the good luck.
I got hit right in the face with this magic water, so.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not for like the ceremony for like you have a new house, but sometimes when you just feels like, oh, you're having a bad luck or feel like you've been through a lot of difficult things, just kind of invite the monk just to make some ceremony, just to feel better. It's called Tham Bun Liang Pa. It's just to make merit, but in the house.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be just only like you buy a new house or you build a new house. Can be any time. If you feel bad and you feel like you need some good energy, so you just invite the monk and make the ceremony.
Okay. Yeah. The whole family was there. This was like a big event. There was all kinds of food.
Yeah.
And, and one interesting thing, and this is just me, with my annoying Western brain, is like they have all this food cooked and out, but it's not covered. So all the flies are just having like a feast.
I see.
But nobody seems to care. Like they're just like, oh yeah, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. Just roll with that.
Yeah.
So I heard them. Oh, and the mom came by. It's kind of weird for me because what am I going to be like? Oh yeah, I just met your daughter on a Khao San Road bar 4 hours ago. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Friend.
So I was just like, oh, Sawadi Kab Kunma Yindi Tidai Rusak Kab.
So
And then I gave her the cake thing. So
sounds like a future son-in-law.
yeah, no, I just say like, mom, nice.
Yeah,
hello,
but the
mom.
way you said it's
nice
really
to meet
cute.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Like, สวัสดีครับคุณแม่
But did I say properly? Like
Yeah,
okay.
and it's very cute.
So and then I hear the mom talking to the daughter, Fifi, the friend, and I hear her say like something Khao Bai Dai. And then she's like, what? And she said, Nong Bai Dai. Like I think she was saying, oh, he can go inside because it was so hot outside. I'm dying. Like, I don't know what the temperature was, but I would guess over 40 degrees Celsius. Like, it was, I thought I was going to pass out.
Because you're always in the AC room.
And I haven't slept. And the crazy thing is, they have their whole family there, including grandma in a wheelchair. And she's just hanging out like it's nothing. So they're like, oh, you can go inside. Like, it's cool. So I'm like, okay. So we go inside. Now, in this room in the house, there's no furniture. It's just like mats on the floor. And I noticed they have an AC, but they're not using it. They're using a fan. And I'm thinking like, if you're going to have an air conditioner, when would you use it if not this exact moment? But I guess it's just like Thai style. Oh yeah, we use the fan. Mm-hmm. So they brought us some fruit. So they brought us some fruit and like some watermelon and another one. Wait, let me show you the video and you can tell me. I forgot the name.
Mangosteen.
Oh, mangosteen. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had it before, but the girl, Grace, she's showing me, oh, have you had this? She actually asked me if I've had watermelon before. And I didn't want to make her feel stupid, but like I was like, yeah, I've had watermelon. So
okay.
She didn't call it watermelon. She called it what? Tangmo? Something?
Tangmo.
Yeah.
Mangkut.
Yeah. So it's me, the two girls, and the taxi driver who like doesn't talk. I feel like I'm part of a movie. Like when I was younger, there was this movie, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. It's about these two guys that really want a burger from a special place, and they make like a big road trip just for that burger. Mm-hmm. And it's like everything that happens along the way. That's what I felt like. I'm thinking like, how did I get in this place? But this is why Western guys love Thai women, because like she's showing me the fruit, she's showing me like this. Oh, and she's so affectionate.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, especially if you're a foreigner, we just feels like when you come to the local place, we just want you to experience like a local thing.
Yeah.
Be proud to present, not just because you're good looking, like any foreigners, if you're a nice guy, you're just like, welcome. This is my home. Have you ever seen this before? This is blah, blah, blah. And that's how we do. We are so proud of that.
So I'm so exhausted at this point though. So I kind of am like laying on the mat and they're like, oh, and they came over and they had like a special pillow, like a neck pillow. And so next thing you know, the taxi driver, me, and the two girls are just like asleep on this mat in this house that I don't know. It was such a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine this image? Like the four of us just sleeping on the floor next to each other.
Daytime.
Like, yeah, in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So
I did that at my grandmom's house.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I probably woke up an hour or two later, and then we said goodbye, and then the friend wanted to go. I guess they have another house. I don't know why they have two houses, but they have two houses. And we went to the other house because she wanted to see her dogs. And when we got to the other house, they asked me if I wanted to take a shower. And I thought they were messing with me because before they thought it was funny I took a shower. But no, they all took turns taking a shower, including the taxi driver, which I was like, who is this taxi driver? Like, I've never seen someone. That's when I started to realize, like, this is not a random taxi driver. Yeah. So, and then we just hung out with their mom and the dogs for like the next half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm not sure what the mom thought. Like, my mom would be like sketched out, like, who did you bring to my house? But I don't know. I think it's just like a cultural thing. They're very welcoming, or
They maybe already talk about you already, but just they have to be like.
Well,
calm.
I would love to know what they said.
No, you're not gonna know.
I think the mom knows.
Like my mom, like, you know, she's gonna be like, okay, who's this guy? Okay, take care of him. And then we talk about this, but we're not gonna say it.
Oh, I did have a follow up from the friend. She said, hold on here. She said, I'm glad you enjoyed the trip. I'm glad. She said, I'm glad you enjoyed the trip. My mom said she wants to see you again. She'll be very happy. So, yeah. So we hung out there for a while. And then we started to pack up. And I thought we were going back to Bangkok. Because this girl supposedly had to be at work that night. And it was a 3-hour drive. And then when we're getting in the car, she's like, oh, you want to see some monkeys? I was like, well, we're here, so let's go. So we drive to Khao Yai National Park, which I've been there before, but when I went before, it was not a good experience. It was like very bad weather and I didn't see anything. So Khao Yai is... actually, isn't that where Wonder Fruit is, around that area? Or there's some festival, maybe not Wonder Fruit. No, not Wonder Fruit. That's in Pattaya. There's another festival that's in that area that I can't remember right now.
I'm not sure.
But it's like
Big Mountain? I don't know.
Yeah.
Big
That's
Mountain
it.
concert.
Because Khao Yai is like the mountain.
Yeah, Big Mountain Festival.
Yeah. Khao is mountain.
Yeah.
And Yai is big mountain. Yeah. So it's like a nature preserve, I guess is what you call it. And there's a road that drives through it. And so we get to the gate and it's like 400 baht for the car to go in. So, I want to pay. They don't let me pay. They don't let me pay for anything. So we drive in and we're driving through the park and it's like, you see some monkeys, you see some like nature photographers out there like waiting for the wildlife. And we come around a bend and we see people out of their car. And we're like, what's this? There was an elephant in the road. Like, this is not the kind at the elephant sanctuary. These are wild elephants. And so there was one in the road. And so everyone's out of their car looking and taking pictures. And the elephant didn't really seem to be bothered by anything. It was kind of just moseying around. And then it started, because I was thinking like, how do people know how close they can get?
Yeah.
We were probably about 100 meters, 150 meters, something like that. And there was a park ranger there. And I noticed they kind of did a good job of telling people like, okay, you can come up to this point, but like stop there. So I felt relatively safe. But then the elephant started walking towards us. So, I'm taking the picture, whatever, but the elephant is getting closer. And then I realized like, oh, I should probably get the hell out of here. Yeah. So, it felt like I was in, have you ever seen the movie Jurassic Park? Like with the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It's actually exactly like that. Where like in Jurassic Park, you go in the car like through the jungle with the dinosaurs. It's like that.
So other people, they're not scared at all?
People started being like, uh-oh, and then like, yeah, and then running back in the car. But the elephant like went back into the forest. So then we continued driving all the way to the top of the mountain. I didn't even know you could do this. And at the top, there's a viewpoint and like a cafe. And we just hung out there for a while, drank some...
Grab a drink.
Thai tea, yeah.
Take some story.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got back in the car and then we were starting to head back to Bangkok. And now you guys may be wondering, well, what happened with this girl Grace exactly?
Yeah.
How do we think this story ends? So I think the story ends a little differently than most people might expect. Or if you've lived in Thailand for a long time, it might end exactly how you expect. So this girl, I noticed when we were in the car driving out to this city in the morning, I saw her like checking her Instagram story, and I saw she had a photo with a guy, but it wasn't the guy, wasn't anybody at the bar that I saw. And I also noticed that at one point she opened up her phone case, and I saw she had a picture of the same guy in the back of her phone case. So I'm like, interesting. And then when we were at the top of the mountain, someone called her, like a guy called her. I could hear it. So I'm like, interesting. Now, to be clear, nothing physical happened with this girl on this trip, but she was very affectionate, which I really liked, to be honest. And, but I had felt something had changed after we went to that viewpoint, after that phone call. And I was very curious about this. So on the way back, I kind of just gave her some space. Like I didn't want to, something was off. And I also noticed that she had her phone charging in front of me, and it was getting lit up like constantly. I don't know by who, but
you observe a lot.
A lot of girls,
you look at every detail.
Well, I mean,
what
it's
happened
right in front of me. I mean,
okay.
Like I don't think this girl is hurting for
curious,
friends.
like who is that?
I mean, I'm not really curious because I know every guy is, trying to get with her. The question is just who is who. When we get back to Bangkok, I thanked them, and then I got out and that was it. And I haven't talked to her since. This has been a few days now. But I was curious about this guy that she was checking. She seemed to be like very concerned about something. She was checking her Instagram. So I did a little research, did a little background check, let's say. And
Conan.
Don't tell me like exactly. I don't want to say exactly how I came to this theory, but I think this is what happened. Just keep in mind, I asked her, or I made that joke at the beginning of the night about her having 2 boyfriends. And she said, no, I don't have a boyfriend. Remember, she said that. So that's why I was very confused. I think this is what happened. I think she previously met a guy on Tinder from Europe. And that guy came to Thailand specifically to see her at the end of April. And I think he stayed about 2 weeks. And then I think he left like a week or 10 days ago. And he's gone now. And I think she really likes that guy. But he's gone and I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe they just are like, oh, we just open relationship. I really don't know. I'm not accusing her of anything. But
she told you this?
No, but I did some research.
Okay.
I put some pieces together from what I could see online, and that's my theory. I'm going to go with that. So now this kind of puts me in an awkward position because I don't know if she's expecting me to like continue talking to her, but it's pretty obvious that she's got some unfinished business, and I don't really want to be involved in that. So that's where we're at now. Yeah. And then Ern wakes up, right? You see my story. You were probably like, where the hell is Eric, right? Because you
really.
left me the night before.
No, you know what? I thought because you posted a story, it's like, oh, interesting. There's an elephant. Okay, went on some trip. Cool. But I didn't like curious, like, oh, who are you with? And then I kind of looked on the story that you had a cup of drinks on the mountain and then 4 hands. And then
no, wait, let me be honest. Did you zoom in on the fingernails?
Wait. I'm not zooming. I just rewatch again and again, like, this is girl, and this guy. Is that Mark? I thought it's Mark.
That's the taxi driver.
No, because like, okay, how many guy friend that you always hang out? Mark, bad guy Mark, or like, someone. Yeah. But most of the time it's bad guy Mark. So I assume that it's him. So
bad guy Mark is not going to no mountain.
Like, okay, maybe some trip, some girls, and okay, cool. But I'm not that curious, like, what's next?
Well, even Danny woke up. Because remember, I left Danny at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going home. He wakes up, he sees, like, where the hell are you? Like,
yeah. I thought you had, after you told me, after the shooting, I thought you hate his sleep. And then you woke up, you had some trip with bad karma, and then
Oh
with
yeah, I
some
was just
girls.
inspired to go see
Yeah,
elephants.
maybe I thought that you feel like stressed with your work, and then you just want to get to see some nature. That's what I thought. I didn't think that you just met someone random 4 a.m. and then hate to there immediately after that. Yeah.
So I want to say, if this girl is watching, Grace and
Grace.
Fifi, thank you so much for taking me on this trip. I really appreciate it. Like, I think, I'm not sure what they thought I was thinking, but for me,
cry.
I just appreciate getting to see more inside Thai culture, getting to see what real life is like in Thailand. Not to say that Bangkok is not real Thailand, because it is, but it's just a different side of Thailand that many foreigners don't get to experience. So I'm just very thankful that I get to be a part of that, get to see the whole like monk ceremony, get to go to the temple, like everything.
Yeah.
So if you guys have ever get a chance to do something like that,
something unplanned,
just go for it. So let's see, I don't know, maybe by the time this episode comes out, there'll be some update, but as of now, I'm not in contact with them.
Let's see
what's going to happen.
You're going to have the next trip or not.
Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this story, if you like these kinds of episodes, then let us know down below. I know some people like more one thing or another. Let us know what kinds of episodes you like. But I just thought you guys might appreciate this. A little bit of Thai culture, a little bit of nightlife. Thought there was a few fun things in there. Support us on Buy Me a Coffee if you like what we're doing here. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel, please. And
every day.
We'll see you in the next one.